It's time for another series of What Went Down, and we have 3 mobsters to tell you about who lived their last days in the month of July. The first day of the month is a good place to start, as we head back to the year 1928 in Brooklyn, New York. Frankie Yale was a violent mobster with a reputation as one of the most powerful Mafia members in Brooklyn. This, of course, gave him friends and plenty more enemies. On July 1st, 1928, Yale was in the Sunrise Club, located on 14th Avenue and 65th Street, where he received a cryptic phone call. The caller said something was wrong with Yale's new wife, Lucy. As Yale raced home, a Buick sedan carrying 4 armed mobsters followed in hot pursuit in what would turn into a car chase up to several streets. Finally, Yale swerved onto 44th Street and was soon overtaken by the Buick. Suddenly, submachine gun bullets flew through the air into the side of Yale's new Lincoln coupe and into his body. The car lost control and crashed in front of a house number 923 on 44th Street in New York. Second on our hit list for July, we find ourselves sat around a table on the patio at Joe and Mary's Italian-American restaurant again in Brooklyn. The year was 1979, and the date is July 12th. After finishing lunch, Carmine Galante lights up his cigar while surrounded by his bodyguards and members of the Banana crime family. Suddenly, 3 hitmen entered the patio area and opened fire on Galante with 3 shotguns and handguns. His bodyguards walked away unhurt, which showed that this mob hit was planned and that Galante's time was up. He was killed after he tried to take over the entire narcotics market and refused to share on profits with other families. His cigar was still in his mouth after he got blasted off his chair. Finally, we end July in the year 1934. On July 22nd, the place was the Biograph Theater, and the man of the hour was John Dillinger, the famed Depression-era mobster and bank robber who escaped jail twice and robbed more than 24 banks and 4 police stations. Dillinger's death shrouded by mystery and controversy on the events that unfolded that night. The most common belief is that Dillinger left the theater and outside police had already set up position to arrest him. Dillinger is said to have failed to surrender and the shootout ensued. Dillinger was hit 4 times from 6 shots. 3 of them were minor, and 1 hit him in the back of the neck, severing 2 arteries, his spinal cord, and flying through his brain and out the front of his face. Dillinger dropped to the floor face first, dead. This is what went down in the month of July on the NationalCrimeSyndicate.com. Keep it locked, stay tuned, and make sure you subscribe to this thing of ours.